Evening, guys, and welcome to episode 20 of Drop the Clutch. My name is Ruth. Today I'm joined by Sam as a guest co-host. Thanks for stepping in, Sam, at last minute. And today's guest, James Pearson. Welcome to the show, James. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you. We're just going to jump straight into some questions, and then we'll have a bit of a conversation about how your season's going, how you want it to go, and how you sort of want to finish it and end on a high, if that's all right.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. First question: how did you get into Speedway in the first place?
Well, I think I just saw it on the internet. To be honest, I think I just saw just the SGP. You know, my parents have watched it in the past. You know, they've never been into motorbikes or anything like that before. But yeah, I just saw it on the internet, really.
Have you got any idols or role models?
Yeah, of course. You know, Jason Crump, big one. Jason Doyle, Greg Hancock. The list goes on, really. I've got heaps.
Well, that's good. Sam, you got a question?
Stuff. Oh, James, I know you're still a young lad, and you're still starting your career, still riding for Birmingham and Bellevue Colts in the National League. I know last season you rode for Birmingham in the Championship. How does it feel this season that you're riding in the National League for Bellevue Colts as well?
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, it's like it's not very often you get to ride in a very good stadium like Bellevue. So yeah, it feels pretty good to be there nearly every week. Yeah, it's very good. More experience on the tracks. You know, obviously more time at the tapes and riding. So if I ever get the call up from Mark to do a guest booking this season, I know the gear, I know the setup, and I know the track. So,
oh, that's good.
Brilliant. That's wicked, mate.
Thank you.
Hang on. What did you ever plan on what you would do if you weren't a Speedway rider?
Not really, to be honest. I do have I'm an apprentice back in Australia when I'm not racing, so that I'm keeping busy there, working with Craig Watson, next spare ride for Birmingham and other clubs like that. So yeah, I don't really want to be doing anything besides Speedway because that's my ambition, and I want to do it as full time. And yeah, no other plans really.
Fair enough. That's the goal, isn't it? To be world champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got a go-to meal or snack before a meeting?
Oh no, I actually don't. Maybe like a water or a Red Bull to wake me up on Wednesday, because I obviously race over here in Poland on the Tuesday. So then I'm awake from 3 o'clock in the morning Wednesday morning, and then I race. So I'm a bit tired most Wednesdays, but yeah, not really. Anything that's at the airport that I can have a snack on. But yeah, that's about it.
Fair enough.
James, I've got another. Sorry, Ruth. Yeah,
right,
James, I've got another question for you, mate. I know this question might sound a little bit like, oh, I don't know, this might be a little bit tough for you, mate. But if you can't think of one, that's okay. Which is the best track so far in British Speedway that you've ridden on? Which is your favourite one that you love to ride on? You think every week, oh yes, bring it on for this. Is there anything?
Obviously, Manchester. You know, you can't get much better than that track.
Yeah, most riders say that, mate. Yeah, it's one of those tracks where it's nice and smooth. You always see good racing in Bellevue, so I wouldn't be surprised if you picked that, mate. Obviously, that's your home stadium in the National League as well.
Yeah, not even that. Like, if I wasn't riding for them, it's still such an amazing track. You know, you rock up there and you know there's not going to be one bump on the track, and it's fast paced. You know, it's just awesome to be there. Really, it's a mad track.
Oh, mate, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good.
How do you think your season's going so far?
In Britain, I think it's going half decent. It's going all right. Considering last season was the first season I've been in British Speedway, I think I ended up the season on like a 2-point average, and so far, I think I'm just on a 4-point average. You know, my meetings have been pretty good, 4s and 5s. So I'm happy with how I'm going there. In Poland, I think I'm struggling a bit. You know, I know I can be doing a lot better, but yeah, in England it's going all right, and in the National League, I can't complain. You know, scoring some good points, homes, not so much aways, but we'll get that cranking up a bit, and yeah, it's going all right, I think.
Okay, that's good.
Brilliant, mate.
You got any other questions, Sam?
Questions? Sorry, I've got loads of random questions to ask, but I've got a one for you, mate. Is there a rider or any rider that you think, is there a rider that you love beating, or is there a rider that you hate being beaten by, or I know that's a bit of a tough question to ask.
Nah, but not really. You know, I hate being beaten, obviously, but that's a part of racing. There's always going to be a winner, and there's always going to be a loser. But no, not really. I'm pretty good with everyone in the sport, I reckon. Anyway, others might have different opinions on that, but yeah, I don't like losing. But if I do lose, and I do lose, it doesn't really bother me who beat me. You know, so.
Well, that's
the
good.
attitude, mate. That's good. At least you go out there and try your best, mate. That's all you can do, and you know, and that's that. You're still young, and you're still getting the experience, aren't you? Like you say, Jason Crump, Jason Doyle has been. I'm sure they've been. You know, because they're world champ. They were former world champions, aren't they? So
Yeah.
they're proper. They're legends, aren't they? So they're they're proper. Any experience, for you young Aussies starting the sport, they're that you're meant to. Chris Holder, another as well. He's another experienced one as well. So
yeah, it's good.
Now that you mention it, I've got a good one. When Australia won the Speedway of Nations last year, what was it like to go? Like, did it feel like, oh, that could be me one day?
Yeah, of course. Well, I was actually at the meeting, so I was there in the pit with the boys, and when Jack and Max were doing the race against Britain, like I saw Jason Doyle was very nervous, and Mark, they were all very nervous, and when they finished first and second, it was just crazy, and obviously I'm pretty sure I'm in the Speedo Nations this year, so hopefully that would be me, and honestly that would just be a dream come true, and it would just be awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Speedway of Nations this year. The last time I went was 2021 at Bellevue, but Ruth was there for the first for the two meetings, but I only went for the first one. But the second one, I watched it on telly, and it was torn between like Great Britain. Obviously, Great Britain were the champions then, and you had like Poland, Denmark, and stuff like that. And that was when Doyley was in the team, wasn't he? And Speedway Nations, but now he's left, hasn't he? It's Frick now. Frick's still in it.
Yeah, Frick.
Jason Doyle's come back recently.
I'm pretty sure he's come back. Yeah.
Has he? Oh,
he's
right.
Retired.
He retired, but then he's come back because he did
because it's the World Cup, isn't it? This year. Because it's the World Cup.
The World Cup, yes.
Yeah. He was racing the Australian versus Poland when Poland beat Australia by like 60 points.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Sort of. Not frustrating, obviously. But, yeah. Ooh, here's one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years as a Speedway rider?
Jesus. Oh, that's a long time. I don't know. I'd hope to see myself in the Polish Extraliga and top spot in Premiership. 5 years. I'd hope to be in the Speedo GP. I doubt I'd be there in 5 years, but you never know. And 5 years is a long time, so hopefully I'd be there. But you never know what can happen.
This is true.
Who knows what the future holds, mate?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm just trying to think of some other questions because I'm out now. From your perspective, Is how do you think Brom's season's going from like your point of view?
Birmingham season.
Yeah.
I think it's all right. Obviously, it could be a lot better, you know. But we've had two races in the championship. We won one and we lost one, so it could be a lot worse. And I think everyone was expecting to beat Edinburgh because we all know we can. And it was just a bit disappointing when we didn't. But you know, that's how racing goes. There's a winner and there's a loser, and sometimes we just don't have a good day and we lose. But I really hope we make the playoffs because I know we all can. And yeah, it's just like I reckon we can do it. The team knows we can do it. The managers are behind us, and the supporters are all behind us. So yeah, I hope we can make the playoffs, and I think we're doing all right. You know, when everyone's going good, you're going to win. But most of us are doing good on the days. So yeah, we all just need to gel up a bit more and yeah, just all focus on the winning aspect of it and win.
You got a tough test on Friday away at Glasgow.
Yes.
Hopefully
Yeah,
you do well.
But yeah, it doesn't really matter who you're up against. You got to beat them all if you want to win. And you know, I think we can do it. Yeah, they're all good and all, but everyone has a bad day, you know, and everyone can have an extremely good day. So we all just have to go up there thinking positive and like win. So yeah,
Think
I know
we
Justin.
can win this.
I know Justin used to race there, and he's good everywhere really. And Nick, he's gonna be good anywhere because he's just such a good rider. And now if he's really picked up the pace, he's doing very well. So he'll go good. Hopefully I can go good. You know, didn't have the best one last year, but it's a new track, new year, so should be all right.
That's good to hear. That you all want to win and that you're all in it to win.
Yeah,
That's good to hear. Because I imagine that when you lose and quite badly, it can have a degrading effect on confidence, can't it?
yeah, it can. Like, obviously, none of us want to lose. You know, we're in the sport to win it, and it's a bit heartbreaking when you do lose, but you just got to move forward to it and move on, and because you always got a next race. So yeah, when you do lose, it is what it is. Really, you can't change the past, but you just have to look at the present and try and go better the next one.
Sam, you got
Yeah.
any other questions?
Oh,
Go on then.
Yeah, I was just thinking, obviously going back to Birmingham, obviously you lost Ty Proctor and then you signed Joe Thompson, now he's gone, and now you've signed Joe's brother, Dan Thompson. How do you think what do you think the rest of the team feels about that, having Dan Thompson signing as a number 7? Is it number 7?
I
Dan's
think it's
coming to
number
replace
4.
Stefan Nielsen short term.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
His
yes,
injury.
yeah. How is that's the question I was going to ask. How is Stefan doing as well? Like, have you heard anything from him, or is he
Yeah.
still?
I think he's all right. You know, I think he's recovering pretty good. I know he come out to the track the next day after the crash, so he can't be doing that bad. But I hope he is doing very well because him and the family are just so nice. And the Dan and Joe, you know, they're lovely people. You know, very very nice guys, and they know Birmingham inside out because they've been there for so many years. So they'll do good. You know, Joe, he scored very good against us when he was riding for Scunthorpe. So you know he can ride Birmingham. And Dan last season with Leicester, you know he can ride because he can score good points and he's a good rider. So they should do very well. You know, so hopefully they just do good with us.
That's good.
Yeah,
What's
brilliant. Yeah.
the atmosphere like within the team? Is it a good one?
Yeah, it's good. You know, there's 3 Aussies and the rest Brits. So and Aussies and Brits get they come together well. So it's good as any other team, you know. And we're all talk good, and I think we're all pretty good mates. So yeah, the atmosphere is pretty good in my eyes.
Is there a prankster on the team?
Nah, I don't think there is actually. And not that I know of yet. So yeah, nah.
Okay.
But if there would be one, I think it'd be Alfie.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Nah, he's a good bloke.
I was at the Colts meeting against Millwall last Friday, and you and Alfie were like racing each other, and I was sat there in the stands at Pavilion. I was like, for goodness sake, don't knock each other off or injure yourselves. But it was a good race. And do you have that rivalry when you race against each other for different teams now?
Yeah, obviously, when you're in a team, you ride together as a pair. Alfie and I, well, I think anyway, we do pretty well. We've had a couple 5-1s, and when you're in a team, you're a part of the team. But when you're against each other, you want to win for your team when you're against each other. So, yeah, we ride good together. But when you're on the opposite team, I want to beat you, and I don't know, I don't care who you are. But obviously, I'm never going to be dirty to anyone. So, always leave them some space. But yeah.
Well, that's good. Sam, you got anything else?
Anything else? Well, I'm running out of questions here. So yeah, you said that you also would love to aim for the future for the Grand Prix with the big boys. So are you hoping to? So as you said, you'd like to step up in the Premiership at some stage as well. If once it gets to that stage, obviously you'll be against the big boys then in the Premiership, and that'll be great to see you in the future. Stepping up to the Premiership, it'll be great experience for a young lad. What do you? That's a tough question. How would it feel? Would it feel good to be also on television when it's on Eurosport as well?
Yeah, it'd be amazing, and
yeah,
especially with Eurosport, my family can watch, live instead of looking at the live updates. When BSN is there, it's awesome because my family get to watch me ride, and but most of the Premiership riders are in Championship anyway, so you have to ride them all. Like I'm pretty much riding most of them now, so obviously you have like Jason Dawes and that, but then again I race them in Australia for the Aussie titles, so it's be an awesome experience to race them every single week, But that's what I'm aiming for. Hopefully next year I can do good this year, step it up a bit, and hopefully next year I can get a ride, but we'll see.
You were recently GP2 qualifier, weren't you? How did you find that experience?
So what did you say? You cut out a bit.
You were recently in the SGP2 qualifier, weren't you? How did you find that experience?
Yeah, it was all right. I had some very good gates, and my points could have been a lot higher if I didn't make some silly mistakes. Voynes is a pretty technical and difficult track, so yeah, when I got my head around it, I was all right in the end. But swapped bikes in the end, and that bike was a bit better. But it is what it is, really. I had some good races with some good, very good riders. So I'm happy with some of the bits. How my starts were. I got some very good starts, leading some of the races as well. But just stuffed up in some of the races, and that cost me.
It's good about making tiny steps in progress rather than going backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
About going forwards.
Yeah, well, last year I got 3 points, and this year I got 4, I think. So it's better.
It's going forward. It's a small positive.
Are you enjoying riding in Poland? Are you, or is you enjoying the experience? Is it? I know you're very new to it, but are you enjoying getting that experience under your belt with the big boys and learning from them as well?
Yeah, well, in Poland it's the under-24 league, so it's not the big boys yet, but it's a step closer, And obviously, when you're riding good, you're having fun, and when you don't, you're just thinking of many things what you can change to try and get better. So yeah, I do. I love riding speedway. It's like so good, but when I know I can be doing better, it's a bit frustrating. So currently it's a bit frustrating in Poland, but hopefully tomorrow it'll be a lot better.
Yeah,
That's good. We'll be rooting for you.
we will, mate. We really will.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm sort of out of questions. Got a bit of a shorter episode today. Oh, I'm just looking in my notebook full of questions. Sum up your career so far in 3 words.
Sum up my career in 3 words. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. It's all right. That's not 3 words. Jesus.
It's okay.
Exciting, fun, and thankful, really. Because I'm thankful for the opportunities everyone's given me. So, especially Birmingham getting me over here, and in England, it's very good that they chose me.
Got a great club there, mate.
Yeah.
With Lawrence Rogers is brilliant as well, brilliant team manager. And he always. I know there's a lot of people that I'm not going to mention too much because it's not what they really want to hear online. But some people have something against him, but I think he's great.
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant. He's a team manager. He knows what he's doing, and it's in the championship. That's not. You're in a team where you're really lucky to be in a team with him. Be with these guys that you're in the team with this season. They're all. Obviously you got Justin Sedgman as well. I'm sure you've learned a lot from him. Nick Morris as well.
Yeah.
Your fellow Australian lads with you as well. So, you're very lucky to be in a club. That is brilliant. The track's good, and obviously the fans are good as well. So, it's a what other better club to be in the championship.
Yeah, I do have to give Lawrence a massive shout out because he's actually driving me to all the meetings currently, championship, away, home, and for the Colts. So I don't know many managers that would do that, but yeah, I have to give him a very good thank you to that. And he's given us a very good team. I reckon, and the boys reckon we can all make it to the playoffs, and that's the aim. And yeah, the supporters are all very nice, all good people, and yeah, it's always good to be there every Wednesday and riding in front of them and hearing them cheer you on.
Hopefully there's a few more of them over the next few weeks when the wins start coming.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, eh?
That's right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm sorry to bring this up on this podcast. James, you might have heard it, mate, because obviously you're Bellevue Colts team, but I don't know whether you've heard of Gordon Smith, have you?
No.
He's an ex-manager. Ruth, do you remember him?
But they mentioned it at Bellevue earlier, I think.
Yeah, I saw it come up on my social media saying that he sadly passed away. I thought I'd mention it just in case if you guys are aware of it, or Bellevue have put it on.
To be honest, no.
Yeah, put it on social media earlier, and thought I'd ask if you guys have heard about it. So,
Yeah, nah, that's very sad.
Yeah,
I hadn't. Oh, should we get some predictions on how teams we think will do in the league? Who do you think's making the Premiership playoffs, James?
Oh, Jesus.
yeah.
Well, obviously Bellevue because they're going very well. I think also Wolves because they're very strong at home, and with Becker, he's been on fire lately. Just qualified for the SGP qualifications and they max and all that. So I think with him on the team, they'll be very good home and away, especially with Ryan Douglas and Sam Masters. So yeah, them two, I reckon. Obviously Sheffield, they're going very well as well. Very good riders in the team, and there's 4 spots, isn't there, for the Premiership?
Yeah,
the playoffs, and one more. Who else? Leicester, I think that'd be good as well.
Ipswich
They've been dominant at
Oh,
home.
didn't even think of Ipswich. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Ipswich before Leicester, 100%. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, obviously keeping Jason Dole quality.
And
Also having Emil Saifoudin off, he's been.
Yeah. I think they'll be ones to win it. One of them anyway.
Yeah, definitely. They're ones to watch. I think obviously for Sheffield, you say Sheffield's got a great team. Tobias Mujilak, Jack Holder, David Balago, and all those sort of guys. Adam Ellis as well.
And they got Lewis Kerr, I think it is.
Yeah, because I've just seen something's come up on my phone saying that Artem Laguta signed for Kings Lynn.
Really?
Jeez.
It's not been announced now.
Yeah. My mate has just messaged me saying that he's signed for Kings Lynn.
Wow, that's an impressive signing.
Because there was rumours for that because they were saying Christoph Kasperzak's leaving Kings Lynn.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then and then obviously Peterborough have had an up and down season, haven't they? Obviously Nicky Pedersen left, and then the Peterborough fans were really not happy about it.
And Chris Holder, they could have had Chris Holder as well, but something happened there.
I saw about that as well. It's you never know. These things can happen. Like changes happens, and you know sometimes rumours are rumours, aren't they? Sometimes they're not true. Sometimes they are.
But with Artem in England again, that'll be very good for the sport. Very, very good.
Has he ever ridden over here?
I think he has, maybe.
Brother has Grigory Laguta. I think his brother.
I remember him.
I don't know about Artem. I'm not sure.
That would be a big poop for Kings Lynn. That would.
Yep,
I'm
definitely.
To that.
Nearly 15 points every meet.
Definitely, yeah.
I think that'll definitely do Kings Lynn well, pushing having Laguta in because they have got some good riders in the team, like Pickering and.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh Pickering, is he still injured or is he?
I think he's still injured. Well, he tried to ride the other day, but he only rode twice, I think, at Sheffield and then pulled out. Same as David, I think he crashed.
Yeah. It's a hard thing, isn't it, shoulder, when you're a speedway rider, because you need your shoulder to be able to help you with your gripping the handlebars and stuff, don't you?
Especially his home track, you know, I think that's a very grippy track and wouldn't be very good in your shoulders, I don't think.
The one we saw in Kennedy was awful. Did you see that one?
Oh, at Scunthorpe.
Last season.
Yeah. And then Louis Kerr this season as well. Was it at Sheffield with Craig Cook as well? That was horrible. How he walked away from that.
Crashes.
Yeah, he was like 2 meters in the air and then he just gets up and walks away. I'm like, okay.
See, this is what I love about this sport as well, because you know these riders, when you just get up, and I'm just amazed of how some riders can walk away from really bad. They just get up and walk away from it and just carry on. How they do it, I do not know.
And then you have like a small crash and just slide off, and they can't get up. I've seen someone just slide off really gently, hit the air fence, and then they've broken their back. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant. It's a fantastic sport, but also, as you know, James, it is really dangerous as well. You got to know, what because obviously it's no brakes, no gears, no fear. It's as they say. So, another question, James. Sorry, I've suddenly remembered it now. How does it feel to ride on a speedway bike racing with other folks as well? How does it feel? What's the feeling?
It's awesome, really. It's just normal for me now because I've been riding for so long. But if like someone just jumped on and rode a bike, it'd be pretty difficult for them. But yeah, I don't know. When I'm racing, obviously, I'm not really thinking of anything except trying to win. But I think there's a bit of freedom going on there. Like you can ride a bike that not many people can ride a bike. So it's weird. It's cool to just be able to go in and ride a bike with no brakes and slide around 2 corners and pop some wheelies and be fun.
Oh yeah, the wheelies and the donuts as well sometimes.
Yeah, I can't really wheelie though, but talk to Paco about that one. He can definitely wheelie.
That he can.
I love how Paco does a wheelie. You know, how he sticks his arm like that.
Yeah, no idea how he does that. I'm scared to just do it with all my body parts on the bike, except he's doing with 2 leg
And
and
some can stand up doing it, and some can have their legs out as well, can't they?
Yeah, like Zagar sitting on the seat with the legs out. I'm alright.
Zagar, my best mate.
Oh, he's funny.
He's a character, Zagar.
There's a lot of characters in Speedway.
Yeah, that's another thing I love about it as well. It's like it's a one big sport, one big family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's definitely, you can just go to any track and be a fan of any club and you just be like, you just go and talk to fans of other clubs. So like today, I went up to Bellevue again with my dad and we were at the Wolves meeting today. And I was just sat talking to some Wolves fans in my Bellevue hoodie, no issue whatsoever. It's just, they're rivals on the track, but off the track, it's literally just everybody's like a big extended family.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that much in Poland, but yeah, probably in England it's good.
Oh, is it different in Poland then?
Yeah, if you're from one club and the other one, you hate each other.
Oh.
It's like football in England because Speedway's the football here, you know.
Yeah.
It's their biggest sport. I've heard many stories of 2 clubs just starting fights over nothing, pretty much.
You see,
Wow.
that's one sport I do not like at all.
Football.
But no, can't stand
We
it.
won't touch that though. We won't say anything on that though. But
just Speedway for me, definitely.
Is there any other sports you watch outside of Speedway, James? Or is it just all Speedway for you?
A bit of UFC, if you classify that as a sport. That's about it, really. My mates in England, they love the Villa, and pretty sure they just went up or something. I don't know, but
they secured European football for next season, so they get to play abroad next year.
Right, that's what it is.
You see, that's the thing with my family. They're all football, but some of them are Speedway, but most of them are football. And I'm in that sort of position where, I'm just Speedway, but it doesn't matter. I can just, if they love football, they love what they want. So, but there are a few, like I said, there are a couple in my family that do love Speedway. Some are Craigley Heathen supporters, and you remember when Craigley, when Dudley Wood were open, and when they were riding, it's just a shame it's not there anymore. So
I think that's before all of us were born, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah. Ice hockey during the winter. You can tell by the jerseys behind me.
Never been to one, and I don't think I've ever watched a full game of it, but it looks pretty funny and cool when they just start.
It's all right. Yeah,
you get a lot of new people that go, "Oh, I'm just here for the fights," and I'll be like, "Well, that's why I'm here as well, but I'm here to support the team."
Last time I went, it was the Coventry Blades versus Nottingham Panthers. We bumped into Tom Bacon there.
We did.
Yeah.
And he's Speedway coach now, isn't he? He does because he said he's done his backing and stuff, and so we just thought it kept hurting him to just keep riding, so he just thought he'd just do a bit of Speedway training and stuff, like coaching, helping the youngsters out,
Yeah.
And Tom's been doing a lot of motocross recently.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we might have enough for an episode. A short one, mine, but it's better than
nothing.
Yeah. Cheers, everybody. That was episode 20 of Drop the Clutch. James has since left the meeting, but we thank him for coming on today, even if it was a bit of a short episode. But that sometimes happens. Thank you, Sam, for joining me as a last-minute guest co-host. I appreciate it. I'll let you go and enjoy the Speedway on the telly now. Cheers,
No
Sam.
problem at all. Thank you, Ruth.